My name's Nicholas, and welcome to the Headliner PodPod. We're a show about podcasts featuring podcasts by podcasters that's hosted by people who help podcasters with their podcasting. On each episode, a few of us folks over at Headliner sit down to play a game that centers around listening to randomly selected podcast clips from our followers. Why? Well, in order to find what we're calling Pod Zero. Here are the rules. Each lucky contestant will hear a 60-second podcast clip. They'll then need to pick the correct podcast title from a lineup of 3 choices before being shown the artwork for that show. Before we get the show on the road, though, let's say hi to each of our contestants for today. Starting with Oliver.
My space bar is broken and I tried to unmute. Something happened. I'm so sorry, Nicholas. But I am
That's okay.
here and I am ready to get crushed by Alyssa on her birthday.
That's right. We made the episode extra hard, I hope, just because it's Alyssa's birthday. Next up, we have Pratik,
Hey everyone.
followed by Jesse
Hello.
and Max.
Yo.
We also have Kristy, who may or may not show up. It's just a giant question mark on the RSVP. It was actually written in green ink, so I think he's been kidnapped by the Riddler. We also have Alyssa as our producer.
Hi, everybody.
And Alyssa, do you have a fun ad read for us today?
Short one, but I do.
Okay.
I'm your podcast's biggest fan and show it some love. Market your podcast with ease using Headliner's easy-to-use product suite. Create stunning marketing assets, clip your content, and get every little bit of everything to market and grow your show with the podcast promo pack. To get started, visit make.headliner.app today.
Oh, wow. That was really fun and very short. Some would call it a short king of ad reads. So, jumping into the show proper.
Another.
I was thinking
really
on my
fun.
feet. Yeah. That was Nick's rendition of a hostage video. That was really fun, guys. No, in all seriousness,
Riddler
very
get you
cool
too.
stuff. What's that?
Did the Riddler also get to you? And
Yeah,
he's
the
all-
Riddler also got to me. The
Okay.
secret is that I was the Riddler all along.
Makes more sense.
Thank you for that. Moving on, let's just dive into the show proper and let's get this party started with Oliver, shall we?
God darn that space bar again. I'm ready. My eyes are closed.
Cool.
I'm smiling in that sly way only a northerner can. It's not nice, but it is a smile.
And I think that that's important to sort of sit with if it's coming from mostly lack, if you're sitting in that like brokenness or like that shame of like something wrong with me, or there's a kind of faulty in some kind of way.
Right.
And you're going to be attracted to people who will mirror that story back to you in some kind of way, you know, with their behavior, with how they treat you, how they talk to you. And so attraction's a very funny thing. We could be attracted for so many reasons.
Right. Exactly. There could be so many. Exactly. Yeah. So many reasons that like feel inauthentic too, right? A lot of inauthentic reasons as to why we're attracted to someone, or parental dynamics, right?
All right. And there was our clip. Here are your
Can I
options
guess
for
what it
today.
is?
Yeah, by all means.
Is it The Broken Mirror, The Laws of Attraction and Dating in the Age of Apps, the podcast?
I wish it was. That's a good title for a podcast. It also sounds like a New York Times bestseller, but that could just be me.
It might be.
At any rate, no, it was not that, but here are 3 options that you can choose from to find out what it is. Number 1, humans in their fields. Number 2,
Sorry, one
feeling
second.
human. Yep.
Wait. Sorry. Human in their fields, like farming,
No,
or
fields.
like feelings.
Like feelings.
Feelings.
Yes.
Humans
Drake.
in their fields, like
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't there a Drake song where it's like in my fields or something?
I missed the Drake phenomenon, or ignored it.
Still around. He was feuding with somebody like a week ago.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
relevant.
But he
Number
means he
2.
missed- He doesn't miss it. He missed it, and he is still
Oh,
missing
okay.
it because it's still happening.
There you go.
I don't know.
He was the Tortured Poet Society or whatever, the department. Number 2 is feeling human. And number 3, humanity feels.
Humanity feels, feeling human, human feels. All the feels. I'm gonna cross off number 1. Based on carbon dating the voices of that episode, I think number 1 is out. I'm gonna go ahead and say the answer for the win. First win in a long time. Option 3, humanity feels.
All right. Good on you. You got that
Yes!
right. It is Humanity Feels. And this was from the episode The Shadow Side of Love with Marissa Cottrill. Here's our show description. Welcome to Humanity Feels, a space where healing plus conscious conversations happen. Star emoji. Join host and life coach Yasmin Elzamor as she talks about relationships, humanity, mental health, and all the things that make us human. You'll also hear stories and practical advice from some of the best coaches, leaders, and spiritual entrepreneurs in the game. Let's heal, break patterns, shift paradigms, and rise together. With every episode, my mission is to empower you, help you shatter limitations that don't serve you, and inspire you to evolve and expand your mind. So there you have it. Cool stuff. And I'm really liking the typeface on that podcast art. I actually kind of wish I knew what that font is, because I would absolutely use it. At any rate.
Whatthefont.com.
Is that a real website? Nice.
Yeah.
Headliner uses it frequently.
Duly noted. See, usually my experience with finding fonts is looking at a movie poster, liking it, and Googling, what is the font in that movie poster? And then
It's not papyrus. I don't want it.
Comic
It's
Sans
Papyrus
only.
Bold, actually, Jesse. They changed it. Jumping over to our next contestant, let's go with Kristy since he just joined us. If you'll cover your eyes, please.
Think he's looking.
He's looking, yeah.
I don't have anything cool. Dang.
I'm expecting like a show and tell, like he's
Okay,
he's
cool,
presenting
yeah.
a wine.
I'll do
almost.
on my oldest prize possession magic card.
Okay.
And I'll just do this. I'll like black out the whole thing.
Lovely.
Okay.
So you guys can at least look at it.
There is no harm in that, right? There's more in that. There are times that we need to wait for things to cool down. That is skill, right? That is skill. And this is why we need to depend on the Holy Spirit. Because you don't go saying, well, Dr. Hannah said that I need to tell you. Oh, no. Holy Spirit is going to tell you, this is the moment. Bring it up. Yes. If you're so mad that you're not even keenly aware of Holy Spirit's work in your life, you miss an opportunity. Here's another tool that we have that's a powerful tool that has worked very well for my husband and I. Sometimes face-to-face interactions are too intense and too tight. And so what we will do is we will use these great gadgets that God has given us, whereby I will send my husband a text and say, there is something that I'd like to talk with you about.
Okay. There was
All
your
right.
clip. And here are your options, Kristy. Number
All right.
1, Random Network Interviews, the podcast.
Okay.
Number 2, Midnight TV, the podcast, or potentially MDN TV, the podcast,
Okay.
because it is abbreviated, but I'm assuming that's midnight. Number 3, sorry, Midnights TV, the podcast, and it's written out.
Tell me the midnight one and the second one again.
It's MDN TV is one word, the podcast.
It has nothing to do with midnights?
I'm assuming it's the word midnight. Just, I'm taking a shot in the dark because that is like the abbreviation for it.
So MDN.
TV.
Okay. I'm gonna pick that one just because it's kind of goofy.
Okay.
And I feel like it feels very like I have to think we all have to think about what Alyssa writes, and I just feel like Alyssa wouldn't have written that.
You've reverse engineered this game, I see. Yes. Well, good on you. It is in fact MDN TV or Midnight TV, whatever it is.
Okay, right, let's go.
Yeah. And this was from the episode The Shrewd Mindset: How to Harness Its Power and Succeed with Kenyan raised and Oregon ripened Dr. Hannah Thoku Kolomainen. And our description is: we are proudly South African, but we satisfy your global appetite for stories, documentary, and analysis. And there you have it. Good episode-specific artwork there. And yeah, just good stuff all around. I actually like the contrast in the artwork a lot. Pink and yellow pair very well together, apparently. I never would have guessed. Jumping over, let's go with Pratik next. Great.
Oh, his eyes are closed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's what one thing that we're providing. And then there's the think tank. That's how we're building. We're building from the ground up with athletic directors in the mix, helping us grow the way that it's going to be impactful and helpful for them, but also for these sports tech vendors in the space.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about the think tank. I know you've been reaching out to athletic directors across the country to become a part of it. How does it all work? And, if one of our listeners wants to, get involved themselves, what do they do?
Yeah. So the think tank is a team. ADs tend to be forward thinking, that are interested in, number one, keeping their thumb on the pulse of what's going on in the sports tech space.
Okay. Here are your options, Pratik. Number 1, Educational AD Podcast. Number 2, Athletic Education Plus. And that's with a plus sign. Number 3, coachingpod.com.
None of them seem to be what they were talking about in the clip. So it doesn't really seem helpful. What was the first one again?
Educational AD Podcast.
What does the AD stand for?
Can I tell him, Melissa, what I think it stands for, at least?
Sure.
I think because the second one has the word athletic in it, I'm assuming maybe
Athletic
like
department or
athletic
something?
education. Yeah, something like that. Athletic director, maybe.
Let's go with the second one, the one with the plus.
Okay.
No reason, really.
Athletic Education Plus is incorrect. I'm so sorry. It was Educational AD Podcast. And yeah, good try, though. I would have probably guessed Athletic Education Plus, too. Anyway, this is from the episode Wednesday Wisdom, number 116, Abby Emerson of K-12 Sports Tech. Here's our description. Being an athletic director today is as challenging as it is rewarding, and our podcast is here to help. FIAAA Jake Von Schurer, CMAA and past president of the FIAA, visits with some of the top school-based ADs and coaches in the country as they share their stories, along with best practices to help you help your students, your teams, your coaches, and your community. This is the Educational AD Podcast. So for any athletic directors out there, there's a new show you can check out. Me personally, I don't know anything about athletic directing. I thought you just run and you throw the ball. But neat. Jumping on over, let's go with Jesse for our next contestant.
My eyes are closed and my mind is open.
Nice.
Like, it took me a while to just go to the shot because I was telling Kelly like a long time ago, everything was just so sweet. Yeah. So I didn't want to drink and I couldn't. My other favorite drink is beer. Yeah. So and that's not going to happen because that hurts immediately. Yeah. So like I had to figure out what worked for me, and it's shots because 1, low cal, and 2, like there's no sugar. Yeah. So, but we want you to wait that long because also we have tiny tummies, we have baby tummies. You know, our tummy's just learning. I feel like we need to give our tummy like the respect it deserves. And you know what? Our doctors say 1 year. I say do the year and go as far as you can when it comes to alcohol.
So the other thing I'm thinking, because you said tiny tummies,
Yeah.
is how are you going to hit all of your goals, water, protein, all of that, if you are drinking alcohol? It's virtually impossible. Yeah.
Okay. There's your clip. And here are your options. Number 1, our sleeved life. Number 2,
Sleeved?
sleeved. SLEEVED.
Okay.
2, decorated temple. And 3, tattoo queens with Kel and Mel.
All right. So I'm assuming number 1, Our Sleeved Life, is a podcast where 2 people have gotten gastric sleeves and they said tiny tummies. And so I feel like that would be also a great TLC show if it's not already. And so I'm going to go number 1, Our Sleeved Life. I know it's probably tattoos, since that's what would go along with the other 2, but this was just the rabbit
don't
hole
doubt
my
yourself,
mind
man.
has
That
chosen to
is-
take me down.
I don't know how you got there. Yeah, no, you are absolutely right. And it is a show about surgery. That's the craziest. Like, you guessed what the show was, even.
When I
Put it
was
on
making
TLC.
this, when I was making these, I saw the picture is not what's shown on the screen. It's like women in tattoos. So it's like, oh, it's about tattoos. And it's not at all. But I was like, I'm gonna stick with it because I don't feel like changing it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I
So
thought
it
I
is-
was just making a meme at this point.
No, you're like highly correct.
You're falling up with your answer. That it is correct. This is from the episode New Beginnings. Top mistakes to dodge after bariatric surgery. Epi 258. How fun. Epi 258. Okay. Description is, our names are Kelly and Mel, and when you mix up 2 weight loss surgery patients, besties for over 20 years, side stories, and a whole lot of information, you have Our Sleeved Life podcast and the best resource for all topics of bariatric surgery. So there you have it. Good on you, Jesse. I didn't expect you to get that one like that easily and that specifically.
Me either.
How about that? All right, Max, how are you feeling after that incredible display from Jesse?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Firing.
If it helps.
Inspired.
You're inspired. Okay, well, if it helps, I was going to say, if it inspires you further, there's only downhill after that.
Yeah. Ready to take the fall. Jesse set him up. I'm going to knock him down in the wrong way.
Okay, there you go. You're the guy who got the 3-pointer on your own team's basket.
That's right. Let's go.
And there's an example, if your parent were to get into a car accident and be in the hospital and fighting for their life, you would then really start to recognize how powerful their presence was, even when they were just in your life and not really doing anything except existing and just being there. And so you were taking for granted that time that you had with them. This is about understanding that the moments that we have in any given day, we should not be taking advantage of them. We should understand that every single moment matters and that we are able to be happy in every single moment and give purpose and feel gratitude for all of the moments, because we don't know when that moment is going to be gone. We don't know what is on the other side of everything. So yeah, it talks about being in the here and now, being grateful for things in the here and now, giving your life purpose and giving your life meaning, and allowing yourself to say you have the freedom to assign whatever meaning it is to your life. When we talk about purpose, people are like, I want to find my purpose. You get to assign your purpose.
Okay. Here are your options. Number 1 is daily affirmations. Number 2, girl, be kind to yourself. And number 3, manifest daily.
We'll go with the third one. Just like it.
Just stood out to you.
I'm gonna manifest it.
Okay, I like that. Good effort, good gumption. You are correct. It is manifest daily.
Right.
And I'm not going to ask you to guess what the show is about because I think you've put that much together. And this is from the episode.
Look, I did a live example of the power of this podcast. I manifested the right answer. That's because I listen to this podcast. That may or may not be true, but it will be in the near future. So
okay, you've manifested that you're going to listen to this podcast.
Yeah, I manifested that I will listen to this later, and it's going to happen. And it's
Cool.
an awesome cover, actually. Love that illustration.
Yeah, I was gonna call that out. That's a really good cover for it. I'm a sucker for like that, like low detail but high detail illustration style. I forget what the name of it is, but there is a name for it. But yeah, super cool stuff. This is from the episode Manifesting the Courage to Be Disliked. And here's our description. Manifest Daily is a spiritual and lifestyle podcast that provides all the positive energy and support that you need to return to your highest self and live your best life. Every week, I share lessons learned from my personal experience with manifestation, spiritual laws, and the trials of everyday life. We talk about discipline, self-care, self-love, navigating relationships, finances, faith, and so much more. So, slap on your face masks, grab your tea, or tequila, BB, turn up the volume, and let's dive in. And oh, don't forget to share with a friend, my love. Sharing is caring after all. And then it ends with a winky face. So,
The BB right there just killed me, Nicholas.
Thank you.
BB.
Or tequila BB. Yeah,
BB.
I almost put a spin on it because sometimes when I see commas, just to be me, I actually say the word comma for emphasis. So it could have been or tequila, comma, BB. You know, but yeah, really fun stuff and really fun description.
I do appreciate you always enunciating the emojis.
Yeah, it's so much funnier. Like, I can't wink without looking like I'm just twitching nervously, and I think you guys put up with enough of that on this. So, moving on, we do have one more. What's that?
I was just going to throw a star emoji on that.
Okay, yeah, star emoji. So, yeah, we do have one more. So, how about everyone just bands together, and yeah, let's see what happens.
Closed eyes emoji.
Yeah, closed eyes emojis, y'all.
What's the bad news? I just want to let you know before you come down that some of the people from your sister ships are very upset. Yeah, I'm sure one of those ship captains had been planning on being the first to set foot on the new world. Yeah, you took the news pretty well, but some of the other people from other ships are upset. No actual fistfights yet, but they just need time to cool down. They'll remember, I think, that they signed up for a journey of 20 years, and they went on a journey of 20 years. Nobody lied to them. You think that'll work? After a while. I imagine they just need time to adjust their perspectives. They've been practicing one point of view for 20 years, but I hope they can see theirs is not the only one. Well, I hope you're right. Okay, warning noted. I'll try not to get into fights with any of these people.
Marcus, this is Nadia.
Hey, Nadia. Great to hear that voice.
Thank you. I need to ask you something, all right? It's purely technical. I'm just trying to build contingencies, okay?
Okay.
Quote the clip we just listened to. Okay. Here are your options. Number 1, relativity. Number 2, relativity 360. And number 3, it's all relative.
Do you all
I'd
think
like to.
I don't think that's
it's relativity. I think that was it's like a spaceship podcast. Like they're talking some kind of story.
it's not a story, Kristy. I'm pretty sure that's like real. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I think
in
that's
their
happening.
audio. I think it's like news. Possibly Elon Musk had an audio device on one of his ships. Like
That's like that's an audio play, dog.
No, Kristy, I'm
I
looking at the
disagree.
description. It says it's actually recovered audio from the Voyager space probe.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That the
So
small
sorry.
one that couldn't fit a human. No, you're totally
Yeah, the
right.
one that had like a bunch of records on it, because apparently
Yeah.
the first thing an alien will ask when they recover it is, what are these guys listening to over on Terra? Chuck Berry, whoa, retro.
Do we have new options of things to pick from?
Yeah, sure. Relativity 1, relativity 60, and relativity 120.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna stick with I have to, get the chaos out of here. So I'm gonna pick the first one.
Anyone else?
That should be the first one.
Okay.
I support you with this.
Well,
I stand with Kristy.
The first one?
Yeah.
Oliver, there's a mutiny on your hands here.
Yeah.
Hashtag stand with Kristy.
Fist pump
Kristy got
emoji.
away from the Riddler to be here. The least you guys could do is go with his option.
I like the crystal ball with a K.
All right. Crystal ball with a K it is, Alyssa. Show them what the answer. No, it's relativity. Go on now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, dude.
Although, is it? Because there's a lot more text on this picture. I'm just saying.
Oh no, it's
Why must
relativity.
there
That's the
remain
logo.
so many-
That's the whole thing.
What if it is you?
There's a
Why must
lot.
there remain so many connected when all is one? Yes, I just read it straight down out of order.
That's so crazy that this looks great. There's
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of the chaos. I don't know if I want to look at it anymore.
No. This is great. You guys got it right. I do want to call one thing out though, for real. The relativity logo. I don't know if this is intentional, but it looks like the Apple Podcast logo, which if that was intentional is very clever. I'm just saying.
I need to hear the description of this. What is the show? I'm so curious now.
Okay. Well, the clip is from Relativity 60, which I'm assuming is part 60. And the description is Relativity is a science fiction serial about a man marooned in space and the woman on Earth who struggles to keep him alive. So there you have it. It is a serialized science fiction series. It isn't just found audio from the Voyager space probe.
So Elon Musk is not involved?
No. Musk is decidedly grounded on Earth. Sorry to disappoint you, Max.
Didn't say I was disappointed.
Okay.
I am not going to say my emotion about it diplomatically to not upset our Elon Musk haters and the Elon Musk fans who may or may not listen to this podcast.
Very fair.
I'm indifferent.
Very fair. Okay. On that note, that was our show for today. Thank you to everyone for playing. And yeah, good on you for teaming up and getting this right, despite my efforts to convince you it was not what you thought it was. Yeah, so bye.